Well, that was a horrible, harrowing experience that's going to haunt us for the rest of our life. Well, time to leave school and jack into the teacher's car.
I mean, come think, it shouldn't be like, shouldn't there be locks? You can't just randomly jack into someone's car. That sounds completely ridiculous.
Ironically, it's weird, but I think jack-in locks don't come until later into the series.
So like anyone can just go into any person's car and destroy it from the inside.
If their Navi is strong enough, or if they have powerful enough viruses. Yes.
That seems stupid. Like
Look,
stupid in a story
I'm thinking
fundamental.
that,
This world makes no sense, kind of way.
no, look, I'm thinking, here's the thing, logistically, this isn't actually just, well, for the most part, this isn't a normal thing. This is, most of this is just for gameplay purposes. But, at the same time, like, there are a lot of open jack-in stuff that just, like, people are way too confident in their security. And that ends up getting them destroyed.
So we should imply that this jacking into someone's car is not normal.
It's not, at least from what I know of, like from the series and the animation,
to the point where it can be treated as not canon, like say Pokemon post game.
Yeah, well, there are certain instances where you're going to where you're forced to do it, but Lan wouldn't like even bother doing this on a normal basis. So yeah,
because it's like it's not like this is a fundamentally like. Even the creators of Pokemon say that Pokemon's a fundamentally peaceful world. So I can understand things in that. But terrorists are trying to kill everyone on Earth every 5 minutes. The fact that there's no security on a car seems completely nonsensical.
you'll be surprised. There's both things
Then
supporting.
Again, I'm assuming I know that we jack into a tank eventually, which is stupid.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be easy to jack
times.
into at all.
Oh, trust me, it's not, because Lan has to dodge machine gun fire that could actually kill him.
I mean, yeah, once you get to the tank, you shouldn't be able to just plug in a fast drive and suddenly you can control the tank. It's nonsense.
Yeah. It's more like, I guess the means are there, but people are really confident in the security or whatever. So, but of course, there are different types of the whole things of the systems of that, as we'll see once we get to the later chapters, with a car-related incident. But, that's for later. Yes, it's such a nice day, Mother. Let me not inform you about the near brainwashing plot that transpired.
Mentioning Pokemon and how fundamentally peaceful the Pokemon world is, reminded me that I still like the Pokemon world. Despite everything this franchise has done to me, I'm still interested in talking about the lore.
It's not, you didn't even say it like, despite everything the franchise has done recently, it's what the franchise has done to me. Wow, okay.
Specifically to me. Yeah. The as in, I'm still even despite what, like, how, and I'm sure you're gonna say Generation 7 is different, but the 3DS games does to lore by making it less engaging. I knew he looked familiar. How lore is like less engaging in the 3DS era. I'm still interested in like the regions and how they interact and how the towns and what they mean and stuff like I'm trying to think of an example. Like that tree town, the autumn town in Kalos.
I mean, I don't know the name of any Kalos thing.
Oh yeah, so, you don't know anything about Kalos. Okay, let me think of another example. I mean, I know that it has a lot of great stuff, like how 2 of the towns are related to Johto, which says a lot because it only has like 9 towns. And it's specifically like, okay, something I loved was the person you get the fly TM from, where she was like, I'm from Johto vacationing here and in my country, this is an HM instead of a TM. Stuff like that, I just love.
I mean, you love that stuff, and yet just like I'm still the one playing like, well, not play, but like more interested specifically in like Coliseum and Ranger and Mystery Dungeon especially. Just like that has its own thing. So it's
Yeah, I do need to check those out. I think I can't remember what spin-off games people consider canon. What game has Ori in it?
that is Coliseum.
Yeah, I think people consider Colosseum as canon. I'm not 100% sure why. I think partially because you can with trade Menifee or
Well, they say
something.
it's canon, but they also the thing is that admitting that specifically would opens up a few things where because there's a character that looks like Misty that is the granddaughter of somebody who who is married to a person who people think have like some links to Ash, and so there's like that whole theory running around. Also, the www pin is just right there. It's like, okay, Mega Man, we'll deal with it later. Not reported to the authorities or anything. We'll deal with it later.
Yeah,
Also, what we just fought was ghost data.
cool concept.
Well, it's an actual thing, so
I know, so I'm saying it's a cool concept
yeah.
for
So
this world.
whenever big programs are deleted, um, their data manifests on the internet in certain places. We defeated Fireman, and so his ghost data is in that area. Unfortunately, ghost data is really annoying because the chips you get from ghost data are really powerful, and they only defend on your performance. But the thing is that the problem is that the internet setup, everything looks the same. So unlike in like Battle Network 2, where I know I can always fight Nightman in this one specific place and I know how to get to it easy. Just it's with how maze like it gets with this place gets later, it's so annoying. And I dread having to do post game cleanup just to fight the last boss. Well, not the last boss, but the extra boss.
You know, this is reminding me of a tactics game.
And what tactics game is that?
Oh, you know, but before, I mean, you know what I'm gonna say, but it's like a tactics game in that you're choosing items to tackle different things with, except it's more like a real-time tactics game. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. Well,
Which reminds me of the fact, how are you gonna get out of this?
well, I just hope. Well, the panels will automatically reform, but I just need to hope that he comes into this thing so I can shoot him just like 5 more times. Darn it! He flipped for some reason. Okay, that panel just didn't come back in time for that attack to auto hit me. But yeah, that's
Bef-
something that can happen where you accidentally
Before
trap
you leave
yourself.
the room, this is some retro, because this is like far in the future, but they have some MS-DOS 1995 computers.
Well, it's
Come to
kind
think
of
of
like
it,
original Mega Man, where where some what we would consider old technology hasn't progressed as fast as other technology.
even
So
this
yeah,
TV is it's a widescreen TV, but it's massive.
well yeah,
It's
and he has a
even more
GameCube.
impractical. Oh, it's good taste at least.
But yes, so like there are certain things which are just like seemingly old style, and some things that are like really futuristic. Not every world will have the same level of technology balance that we do.
That reminds me. Well, not that reminds me. The previous thing reminds me when I was talking about real time strategy. Re, re, uh, well, I guess real time strategy is actually a genre, but I have no idea what it looks like. real time tactics game. It's not quite a tactics game, but man, I already told you about how I played FTL,
Mm-hmm.
and the game destroyed me repeatedly, and
Well,
then I
that's
had to
because
go
you
on
couldn't
easy
handle the
mode.
speed.
Yes, basically, I can't handle a lot of different things in that game because it's incredibly hard. Like getting to the final boss is hard. And then once you're there, you have to fight the final boss. And I don't even know what that fight is like because the mere act of getting to that point in space is so hard. And the thing is, because it's rogue light, not quite a rogue like, but it has some of the hallmarks. Once you die, the game starts over. You have one life.
Oh.
And so have such an amazing run of I've like five different people on my more like 6 or 7 people on my crew, and one person I got maxed out weapon damage, and so all my weapons were super amazing and just like chilling, did so well, and I just randomly fought someone that had so many lasers. And it just killed me so fast. So this is the end of that. I'm
That
just done.
reminds me of how I really want to play 20XX with you.
Oh yeah, I want to play. I actually want to play that as well. Let's see how. Well, there was a midweek sale, so we could always check. But
I
let's
mean, it's
hope.
likely to be on Steam Summer Sale, so.
Yeah, so we can play that. Is it multiplayer yet? I know it's early access, so who knows? It's
Yeah, it's
impossible to tell.
multiplayer. Of course,
Oh, I didn't know that.
it's been multiplayer for just since I asked about it the first time. Johnny and Elliot did a playthrough of it.
That's interesting. I mean, I do like procedural games a lot, as you can see. Oh yeah, and also FTLs. Not only
Oh no, we're
one
being
that you
attacked by
die.
Jinx.
Who?
Jinx.
Oh, I see. No, it's Jinx or Ludicolo.
Can they mate? I can't bring up the thing right up now.
Yeah, I mean I could, but I don't think it's that important.
It is important, how dare you?
Okay. But
Uh,
yeah, basically it's also randomized. So I just randomly got a bunch of laser happy killers.
I was expecting that third word to like throw me off. Kind of like the term slap happy vampires.
It sounds familiar.
Kids Next Door,
Okay.
which you should watch way more of because it's such a good show.
It definitely is.
I mean, especially how just not only just like the system of how things work, but how it expands its lore and then characters come back and it's like it was just like the perfect. You already know how like I write my show. Well, I say show, but it's not a thing. But whatever. How I write my story. It was like that. How it all just like come together and brings together like plot stuff is like it's kind of like that type of writing.
Yeah, I
It's
really enjoy it as well when char- once a character has been created, that doesn't mean their potential is over.
Yep, and just like how certain villains turn out to have way more depth later, like with what was it, number 5 and Heinrich. It's just man,
Okay.
and everybody having their own personal villains. It's just so
I like that
good.
as well, yeah. At least in Generation 7, they can't breed.
Oh, okay.
It's a
But
shame.
also, I love how it when I was doing like analysis of Kids Next Door, number 2 gets like the least things to do. Like he technically doesn't even have like a main villain. Just like his stuff is more down to earth.
Yeah.
But number 4 deals with the huge calamities for some reason. like with the full where just like he went where he crashed the villain convention of almost every villain they've ever found. And then there's the one where he accidentally discovered the Negaverse and had to defeat the DNK. And then there's the one where he was involved in the alternate dark future of the world. And it was just like, okay, number 4, that's...
Yeah, and you still haven't even mentioned the one where with the girls' school.
That was the dark future of the world.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he dealt with a lot. And everyone else was really self-contained. And then number 2 was just, he was a harmonic.
Well, no, because the thing is, this apart from number 1 because of main story, the second in that kind of thing was number 5. Because her thing started like going into the other parts of the Kids Next Door and other like non-Kids Next Door related missions.
Plus, she did have a sister, who was one of their major enemies in general.
Yeah, I mean, technically number 3 had one too, but Mushi does and does not count in this case.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the fact that number 3 became the Grim Reaper, which is canon.
Yes, it is. Oh, man. And
Is it canon to Kids Next Door, or is it canon to just Billy and Mandy?
I have no idea.
I will say it's canon to Billy and Mandy, but would I say it's canon to Kids Next Door? That's a tough one.
Oh man, I also remember number 4 saved Christmas.
Well, I don't remember that at all.
That's where because after they defeat the Delightful Children, number 3 gets hopped up on Christmas energy because she always is thoughtful about gifts she gives to other people, but they never put in that much thought for her, so she gets like really angry about that, and so starts rewiring the system to only give gifts to her because it corrupts weaker minds. And so number 4 has to save the world by giving her a gift, which is some fries he had earlier.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that now.
Man, that is so weird that number 4 gets all this stuff.
Hold up, never mind. Yeah, continue. I was trying to remember what was the crossover between, and it was Billy and Mandy and Kids Next Door.
Yes.
And the only other show I'd count in that crossover is Edit and Eddie. I hear there's a million other appearances, but
there are a million other appearances because the Reaper thing goes to other places and absorbs other Cartoon Network characters, and so when number 1 and Grimm defeats it, you see a whole bunch of them like pop out in quick succession.
Yeah, but I don't know how much I like split second reference, but I will count Edit and Eddie, even though I guess that's kind of weird. Because both of those, Eddie has the tone completely different from the other two.
Yet the things that can happen to them still fit in normal.
I guess that's true.
Ed did eat an entire mattress.
Yeah, their universe is pretty fantastical. But it still somehow fits together worse than Recess and Lilo and Stitch.
But Lilo and Stitch is with everything, and that's the thing.
For some reason, Lilo and Stitch's tone is so flawless that it can fit any show.
I absolutely love Lilo and Stitch.
It's incredible. I don't know how they put, because I'm like, how's Lilo and Stitch fit with Kim Possible?
Proud Family, Kim Possible, Recess,
Jake Long.
It's so crazy, man. Also, to talk about the game for a little bit.
I was about to say that was really mean what you did right there.
Yeah, the thing is about Stoneman is that he basically stays in one place. He does not ever move, and he's resistant to being stunned by chips. However, that also means that if you have normal chips that don't bypass his weakness, you could just stay there and continue to wail on him, and he has no invincibility frames. And since I had 2 steals, I just kept they're just like
Has
kidding
Stoneman
them.
been from it? Because that seems like a new guy.
No, Mega Man 5. Mega Man 5 is the most forgettable one, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, okay then. I'm assuming there are no new robot masters.
There are there are new navis in this one. There are navis that don't show up in the original. And they're peppered throughout. We're actually going to fight one of them soon enough in this game.
Okay. You also said we're going to learn why Mega Man only has one life in this game.
Yeah, but that's at the very end of the game. That's like before the final boss.
Okay.